Good day, guys. Welcome back to the Go Graphic Design Training. I believe we're doing great today. It's been a while. Today, I want to show you how you can make this particular amazing flyer on your Android smartphone using your PixelLab. At the end of this training, you are going to learn how you can make poster, flyer, banner of this kind using your Android smartphone with the help of PixelLab application. So, without wasting much of our time, let's get started. I have my background, so I don't need to set the background size. Just click on three line dots. Then you click here by accessing your gallery. So I have everything being downloaded to my PixelLab folder. So I will bring this. All this was formed, this particular background, using my PSCC touch, and this is it. So how it was formed is this. I have a background already. When you look at all these layer one after the other, so when you hide them, this is the background I imported. Done this on a PixelLab. Then after that, I download this particular. Let me hide this. You see this particular icon, the black background. So I position it on top of it. Then put this, a kind of attach, so that the background will not just be plain one. Then after that, I have this shape. Then I have this result. So on getting this, the next thing I'm going to do, I will bring a table, empty table. That's the next thing I'm going to do. So bring this empty table, have a position around there. You can bring it down a little bit, bring it down, or you increase the size. So after that reposition, then you centralize it perfectly. Okay, centralize. Okay, after this has been done, then you have it lock. Go back to your gallery. Then you are going to import all these elements one after the other. So I'm bringing this first. So let's bring this first. Then you have a position. So you can bring it back a little bit. Just make sure that it properly aligned. Then we'll go back to the gallery. Then we'll bring the second one. You make sure that it's properly aligned as well. So position it here. Then the next thing we're going to do is to bring it down. So let it sit on the table. Now you access your gallery again. Then you imported this, import it down. So after putting it that way, then you will bring it down to have a position here. Then you look at it very well. It must have the position. Then after that, we can now apply the shadow when necessary. So on position that, we go back to our gallery, we import this, which happen to be the logo which we are going to use. After that, have a lock. We are going to bring an overlay. So sorry. Bringing an overlay, show something of this nature. Then reposition to the center very well. Then after that, the next thing we're going to do is to fade it. So go to the opacity, reduce the opacity very well, but you allow it to be showing. Then you can see how the results be. So you send that to the back permanently. Then this, you are going to still reduce. We are going to reduce it. Okay, so you just allow it to be showing small. So after that, you don't forget to lock it as well. So we'll proceed by bringing this. Let's bring this down. So I'm bringing it down. You can bring it down a little bit, or let everything be first. Bringing it down here. You see how we're going to make use of that. So we're going to bring this box icon. So we're bringing it down to the bottom a little bit. Perfect. So it's cool like this. Have it lock. Then we'll go back to the gallery. Then we're going to bring this. Okay. After that, go back to the gallery. Then we're going to bring this. Go back to the gallery. Everything is already planned and set. So we're going to bring this. So now the next thing we're going to do is to just 1, 2, 3. Then we'll select this. We are going to move the 4. So move it down a little bit. So move it down a little bit, not much. So it should even be perfect the way it was before. It should be perfect like this. I'll bring it down a little bit. So after that, we are going to lock everything as well. If there is any kind of modification, we are going to attend to that. Now go to your text area, then you type salad. Salad. So after typing salad, we go here and look, uh, choose a font called Lobster. Lobster. Then go to the bold, RV bold. After that, increase the size to a bare minimal level. Go to the padding, the left and the right, release it. Then have it position around there. We're going to have it position around there. So you can increase the size. So let's check. So we are going to make sure that this actually fits in here. Okay. So after that, we can bring this down a bit. So cool. And there should be a breathing space. There should be a breathing space. So which means we can have this to be here. Okay. This can be here. So I intentionally make that to be kind of a centralization. Then actually everything is a little bit plumb. So we can go to the size and increase a little bit. So you can see. Okay. So this is cool, right? So we have this. Okay, perfect. Now you can have it lock. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to tap from this, copy, go to the board and release. Don't board it. Now erase this to delicious. So we're going to erase it to delicious. After erasing it to delicious, we're going to reduce the size and have a position around here. Okay, position it around here. Then we're going to let it calm down a little bit, just around this place. Use a relative position to centralize perfectly when necessary. So at the end of the day, we're going to shift and adjust. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do, we look at it. We'll have this, position it to the center. Okay, perfect. Now you can now centralize it. So it's cool now. Now bring it down a little bit, not much. Go to the color. Use the color picker to tap the color from here. So we can tap this particular color, but let it be lighter a little bit so that it will be able to display well, as you can see. So you can reduce the size a bit, the color. So now everything is actually cool. So I'm thinking of changing that font somehow. So the X is not actually visible. So what kind of font I can use in position of that? So I'm thinking you can use this and it's cool and work along with it. So after that, the next thing I'm thinking is to go here. This X, we can see whether we can slant it. It's a work like that. It doesn't work. So we can click back. So it's still okay. Now the next thing we're going to do, go to the text area, paste this particular text. Then we'll go to the font and you have to reduce it to bare minimal level, increase the size. Okay, so have a position just beneath this salad, increase when necessary. After increasing, then you go to centralize to the center. You can still increase the size a little bit. After increasing, then you adjust properly. After the adjustment, bold it first. Okay, we are not changing the font. Bold it. After bolding, then you can reduce the size to your own bare minimal level. So after that, you can now close the space in between the tab, the two line or the two line right up, now position to the center. You look at it very well. You must make sure that everything is justified and aligned. So looking at it, you can turn on your grid. Sorry, you can turn on your grid, use it to measure this particular side, use it to measure this particular side. Then after that, you can now adjust to make sure that everything is actually fitting. Not necessary, it should touch. So after that, you close this. We have this being written. We go back to the shape. Your blur rate, your radius should be something like 30 as shown now. Then after that, we are going to position this by reducing the size, perfect. Now use your relative position to position to the center. The space should be like that. Click on color picker, use it to pick the dark one. Then you look at if it's too more darker, you can reselect and bring the one that is not dark up to that. So now we have it stand out. Copy. After copy, you are going to edit, putting order now. Then after putting that, you look at it, does it work? It doesn't work. We look at another phone that can actually work with that. So what about Fuga 1? Fuga 1, does Fuga 1 actually work with that? So we look at a better font, whether we can say other one. I think Railway should be able to work for that. Railway, okay, Railway is now working. Let's look at another one. Railway. So let's look at this. Does it work? Let's use this. Then you have to bold it. After bolding, reduce the size. Change the color to white. Okay, then you have a position around there. Let there be little space in between. Okay, so it can still be reduced anyway. So we can reduce it. Then space it a little bit. Let there be space in between. So after that, you reposition to the center. Perfect. So after that, the next thing we're going to do, we copy. Then we will have $sign. We'll put $25. So let's see how it works. Then this should be around there. Perfect. Then we can increase the size, change the color to white. Okay. Or we still maintain the previous color by maintaining this. Then we copy the same thing, put only. Then we're going to change the color at this juncture to something of white to make it obvious. After that, position it here, but let it be aligned properly. Okay, let it align properly. Okay, cool. So if possible, bring this, let it go up a bit to create a conducive atmosphere for only to be. Okay, so what we're going to do is to increase this a bit. After increasing, reposition. Okay, reposition. Perfect. But the two shouldn't be. Let's reduce this. After reduction, reposition, have this to be reduced as well. so that it will not look too big. Then everything is actually plumb. So we're done with everything. And as you can see, this is how you can come up with business ad flyer on your Android smartphone using your PixelLab. I believe we'll learn from here. God bless you. So have this very closer. The space you create shouldn't be too much. And this is how we can come up with something of this nature. Thank you for watching. God bless you. Now let's have the result being saved. Just come here, save it with Ultra. Thank you once again.